amako perfect skin and body therapy oma say ya womu yi pimples a free ho womu yi stretch marks a free ho womu yi nenso be free ho womu yi kotwan free ho tattoo no apepa wombe yi e de free home e de amount womu se bra no mu reshape you body no emfama e bia wa ye kese pa obese oso te oba wombe ye bia mam e bia wo no nso ba no pese omu ye du kakra oba womu e de weight ni bi e be kan perfect skin and body therapy wafuna so ye ntwema e bia na flat tummy na pe and stomach reduction ni nyina e be ni ye e de amount e wo ya share branches no e miensa ewa Ghana man mu ha de tiani so kokuma se Boshen Abraham Junction am ye ho afa Accra osu Akwaje Park City House abron sign no first floor perfect skin and body therapy e osu be hu yan ewa ho and Atakra de Ketan Junction ewa Episoft Lodge Hotel e also perfect skin and body therapy ye ho your numbers no 0553-312-911 0553-312-911 Bosheba Electricals Kanya Ben Ape Edia CSO Fie a free chandelier corner light gate light ceiling light LED light afe wall light garden light and afe bedside lamp Nina Bosheba Electricals and MLB ye cables ne ye papa eno and energy commissioner jatum ese ye fanya house wiring the ten say a ceiling fan ye standing fan ni nyina so ye papa bra never gibi ewo ye so ye edum PZ Kenya tia market nhwe ni mu ye ho antata ko for dynamo ewo PZ honso ye ho and aba Bosheba Plaza obehu yan ewo ye Bosheba Plaza 03220303838 and afa 0536095966 Promise Herbal enupani nyina eho enewo de tiani se eduro na etu yade ni nyina ase no Promise Herbal NMLB immune system support Promise Herbal honam ya beko Promise Herbal stress be through so Promise Herbal digestion beko ye ewo ni padua ni mo Promise Herbal for the chirem Bosheba Plaza ewa dum yene methodist asoy no edianum chobe hu ye wo ho beji nupa ni bi na mbo ana onso ye adwuma kama number wo fra no 0535 544 681 0535 544 681 adwuma kwa dama and the highway sports and then Bramo the boss player you see tenemo quickly you running through a man on 7 and ye boni to ye we up no fisem atwaso at the amount sakra and abedafo atenasena wo ma be bia 7 mu at the amount ewo jumadie no eso ye ko Arsenal one bobo kona say ya awie ya wo ma confirm say goalkeeper aye friend Kepa Arrizabalaga was signed 5-year deal at the dadway no 2-year deal worth £5 million at the Arsenal wo mu na bobo kono enti Kepa they saw the Siakai at the Arsenal team now and we are confirmation Arsenal at the man Kepa signed do ni wie and what it to just ni feeling says no and it's our Arsenal or say omu so close to winning and tin kruwa bebre and so one more beje and Arsenal bobo kwanim together and we are kept and some at all signing the deal at Jamasa one team no who ram our Ansumani Fati Nasya AS Monaco confirm as a 1-year loan deal. Woman and FC Barcelona as strike. I must say Ansu Fati. Ekosia kind. Ediama AS Soma. Woman a team no na on send jersey number no. Jersey number 31. And Ansu Fati ebeshe Monaco wom team ni mo eno so ehun sam na ba and you rain dwumadie no eso wuram FC Bayern Munich wom so aso ya omuchemu a Leroy Sané conti number 10 jersey no abeda ho say player omo de 10 no ebeshe no player friend Jamal Musiala enti Jamal Musiala wonom age 10 jerseys na we ya wuram Bayern almost shopper jerseys na available honum na say we no twagu okran sa no the announcement no eba entire available as I say Jamal Musiala a new number 10 at the man FC Bayern Munich one so team na no so nsem no eba ene anwumre still Juventus egu so work on a deal eso mo nsabeka Jadon Sancho no abebom edi amomo na ye say Juventus any Manchester United one so nkomodie no egu so ekoso esen nkomodie no akona nim papa ama say die Kamia say Juve I ready some betia 25 million pounds at the Ama United no match Jadon Sancho at the no Manchester United team no abebom Italian Serie A anymore and also some no eba and now Juventus any Madrid game no eto dra FIFA Club World Cup na the tennis way a round of 16 game eba so na massa reported the Ama say Kylian Mbappe and Bibian say some best starting game no at the Ama Madrid Wamu bobo kono na no nam kache ese akwa no onya yefunu yade na ne yamu hwie no ofe oko hospital ye discharge no wa join the team no last game omni Salzburg ebo no na wa ye training na kobetimi abobi na mom empanyimfo risk na ne obetimi start e di Ama Madrid against Juventus e wo FIFA Club World Cup ni mu a eno so nsem no ba okopiem e wo Fenerbahce wo ma se ya de yete any se player ni din and so at the Milan screen your defender and no body my PH no mo in loan e wo e Fenerbahce team ni mo yes Fenerbahce percent loan deal no wo mo ye permanent no ball e dem ama Fenerbahce wo mo team na say nkomodidie no and so asase bibia e kokama na unim say Alexander Lacazette say the Saudi Pro League team bi o honom ye friend Neom FC Neom no mo nhyeda ngidin sa na mom skadi o mo obi wo mo say aye player friend Alexander Lacazette wo me see akan fa mo ama paperwork no ni nyina to me I complete as I say Lacazette ekobom Edema New Mercy ewo Saudi Pro League ni mo a eno so nkoma no eba mirem ewo Wimbledon ni mo na we no ye UK ena tournament no we tennis tournament eno so Eguso ekoso nene games e buy no ye run it through where your first one games are eto jam emaba wana fam unim say defending champions Barbora Krejcikova nene Ochiababa wani din edi Alexandra Ayla our free Philippines echano 36 62 620 from one set down Barbora Krejcikova abecham advance to round 2 emema na fam ho and a surprise no every ebaye the tennis uremo enso emema no afamu Jannik Sinner one sum echa 3 straight set against Luca Nadio no so every Italy a 6-4 6-3-6-0 Entinom Jannik Sinner erem our second runner baby ana surprise no one no Lorenzo Musetti oye Italian also a world number 4 tennis no nyina no o rank onom and a toso 9 na a player ni dindi Nicolas Basilashvili wo free Georgia yes one no kra friend ha o qualifiers no e major tournament rank no kra no chess one ka ho o Lorenzo Musetti 6-2, 4-6, 7-5, and I face 6-1. And so what they echo nanim and some no eba Mario Balotelli. And I did to just say, we call Genoa near Manco Yan Farmer no. Nina every a coach and did Patrick Vieira say Patrick Vieira ni papa bonini papa games bebre o ananko no Balotelli obetumi asase obetumi abo nanso wo mo amana mo so de netra benches enti January ananko ya amano no coach and did Patrick Vieira and sign the chances nyina enso we remo Inter ntokwa pai Hakan Çalhanoğlu nano na ose we brown timi mo Inter game no emom ko free mo after game and a captain Edema Inter Milan Omubobo con Lautaro Martinez or see this is Inter opeso babo untumi akọ and Hakan Çalhanoğlu to no say akwa otwie me ho or this statement by so no game now am on nyese bia no peso bebo no we pra near so the 2-1 Marcus Thuram call like and I just say what born in some match are no gloss, yes, why are there? And as I said, the speculation about so inter dressing room honum yadia, as I say, Honomo John Tokankoa, and I'm cross our bra, cha no glue, and name Lautaro Martinez will be and some to at the Abonihua, yet and also and some at the Mao, Jumadi, and so Marcus Rashford surprisingly. Yes, sir, Bayern Munich, on board, no. One more team come also. Aquano Bob, Boyo, oh, 10 honum, Sajina Brini Kingsley Coman, Dabra honum, Obetmi abo, and Michael Olise, so honoma, Obetmi abo, Jama and Tino, yes, in come to China Shassia, our Bayern, one more camp, our more animal, SM, so Biaji Tumwa, one Baba United, na Omaba. And no abewie na omafano edena kwa 40 million pounds eno na Man United eje for Marcus Rashford ya de ensem no ema ye gina so ya de microphone cross on ensem no edisi ene anwumre e wo show ne so Clementino the darling boy e de fisem e to aso e de amamo
Jibo ebeninti ye nto aso ntantam so na ena wiei de atie ne se Kumasi Asante Kotoko eni ba bia ni Gold Stars papacho muntie mi ye papa me ba no afa pen no ateke se nhyehyeye aka afode aba no o fall ina no ada nyame ase o short at 4 to dia na udimirika se o hwe na se emfa dia na jese me no kase emfa na o mu chemu dia na jese Jibo before so benya akonya na Kotoko Bobo Confederations Cup anasa sama nei Gold Stars wono nso besia kan e wo Champions League no de din kan kra no e wo se wo league na wo bono aha e wo so bomodin e check afase eno de em se both Kotoko ne ha omuni problem e wo ho aha anti eno aye de edin kan yes de tosu mienu e wo se home venue no ne capacity no e fa be se 10,000 seats eno e ya de a ediso den also de both Gold Stars and Kotoko enya problem e ho enmo e wo se eye registered with National FA e won so asem eni ho enmo wo so club status no e wo se eye align with the rules of CAF e won so no asem eni ho enmo e wo se usika sam eye stable ejira ye na emuye da ho pepepepepepepe enu ehye ya CAF assign ede aba na ensesa wodi player bi aka eno ye outstanding debts e wo se no nso wo kala ni nyina edi free ho e wo se wo financial budget no eye kamajibo e doso e hye na mudi aba no e doso ntimi no kasa die wei ene ne CAF edi aba e wo bomote na fe brand no ye ho adwuma wo hwemu ba ase ho kra wo so wunya active senior women's team e ho no de be yire o ona nse adwuma kakra wo head coach ne de CAF license A how the say ominu nyina no obia enya problem also war under 20 ni under 17 honso no ahwa asem kakra beba ho na yenko anim na yenkotie enne awiei nwumedi ete say referees no masanye bete de odin kankra no eye we no eye referees association on one general secretary ni din ene Alex etuahene na de atudwa say wo how pa o mashia ewo o maso eye as referees association no any ni power da omani mu no Alex Court wono and a problem
is the referee manager. Is the problem in the sense onuna mpembe bring. In fact, your members are a formal rank and a more na in executives. Na time all ban and for say you grown nkofo ya so na pick you to help your administration. Then you give them warnings, ultimatums, and they are not able to perform. So na regional and the district executives. You try to create some para administration or something of that, and it's creating a whole lot of problems. Unregister, you cannot officiate. If you are not a member of RAC, you cannot officiate. This time, Ubia young Konkwa. So no a people listing supposed to perform administrative function and mediate between the RAC or the referees. And no rule no I say I mix up. He want to own the referees, we don't know. So he's creating a whole lot of problem. One, ya bomo dia say ye bema omatimi ayo majuma. Anything, yeah, insurance. I'm all registered ref has been insured because you are koyabo. Into any activity out there in relation to football, you are insured. Onokra come as registered. So all the pram was so okoye no prior has been insured. And young kojiska if members so say the koye insurance amount is the dues na say preventive people with impediment AC rag from registering members to register. This is not the first referee. We have had a referee manager and we were cooperating and he worked fine.
Oyeano and Alescote referees manager also we are at the mano tia also no ye adwuma for the FA na o hwe FIFA rules na da ho no a enim ni pabiti sa nti ono no nya de okanya na force.
Member associations have exclusive competence not granted to any other bodies. In fact, it has gone on further to describe the other bodies such as leagues, unions, or government to develop and implement these regulations specific. Here, it's at the national level. Premier Division 1 Women's League. That is the national level. Is there. Now, I want us to have enough time to look at this document. Because every time I make reference to refereeing a member association, I make a reference to this document. Every member association, you are obliged to implement these regulations like that. The General Secretary talked about funding. Say, me na mama referees, how? When I was engaged before the normalization following decided, say they were paying money direct to the referees. George, we are FIFA referee now come match. The money goes to you, the referee. Direct. That is it. It's normal. So FIFA was paying the money direct to referees. CAF was paying money direct to referees. So it was also obliged on the FA to also pay your monies. That is the referees' indemnities direct. It is clear. This is the document. So if the FA is paying the money direct to the referees, it behoves on the referees themselves to pay their taxes. And it is not Alex Cote who is going to force any referee to pay his tax. And said this said, as I say, my referees enter tax.
Alex Cote football no ekona nim emra be 20 years die no yentimi fa ma ya adwuma sisi aya kasai.
And near 15 years ago, 10 years ago, no, we cannot continue to be doing the same things. And yet, it's not me. Before George came as the chairman, it was Joe Debra who was the chief. I have had a lot of conversation with Joe Debra, and I've told Joe Debra, look, Joe, the way I never air corner, Muma Yansu, yan restructure Ragana, send a bayer very, very, a yikakrama, into the match taxes, yes, we can talk about it and that sort of thing. But I have dreamed too much tax. MYM, registration, is it possible for us to increase the amount of registration that we pay? Now you have opportunity to spread it over some installments twice to run the RAG. Now the RAG as it is now, RAG in your recruitment, RAG in your training, RAG is not doing any development when it comes to refereeing. The FA has taken full responsibility of Sanya Mena since I was engaged at the FA almost 5 years now.
Jibo yankoyanim na yenya transfers na kakra. Na wate Samates Midfielder din ene Hilary Adabo se kotoko epeno ama Samates akotu 300,000 Ghana na enye bete Jibo me no kase die reporter eba no ene se Kumasi Asante kotoko enso shene de na say from 150,000 Ghana ena kotoko de 20 ede ka ho ema no be 170 na sesi die baby abeja ne se 200,000 Ghana no any sika Samates demanded before say on bebo motenafi wonsa aka Hilary Adabo edi every Samates ano sika ewieye aba na no ena Jibo ewieye yebetima confirm say diama kotoko any this play na chi no intimanu ni prano ni nyina no ene say ni prano ehya with game amukobo ye against Vision FC na before that crano na Jibo prenmo funyam ansana mo share no ama FA Cup no wasade bebo against Golden Gate owie no na mpanifo no advice ne say omomode na fei kotoko medical team no entimi ehwe no nemum odisade say obekọ akope local medicine na odi aye na no na Jibo entimi amwa say de omaka champion say ebetimi take ne best 6 to 8 months na otifie nti se motete Samates Hilary Adabo ede no a na intimanu ni plan nti na akofa ni nyina ede aba ewie yede ho nsem no enso ede ema wo na yenko enim kakrai na yenkotie lawyer Safuduku na lawyer na kasa kakra yenko na meno kasa de yenhwe se de hyehyɛ pros no enyama esi ekoso ewo ho enomo na yemrai meno kasa Greater Accra Regional Minister, yes, Honorable Linda Ohenwa Akwele Oklu meno kasa de ono ene Greater Accra Mayor one Honorable Michael Kappa Alote omienu akabo mu a omonso estome House of Folk, yes, omo secretariat na amakoshe team no in crime said de Kumasi Mayor emotumi ye no omonso etimi ayomu de ni nyina no ene se on the 6th of July Democracy Cup omo ehwe ni mu se enkonumde batumi ede aba ede ma House of Folk ntianura ohun se Kumasi Mayor woni minister etimi kotoko training grounds na ene yenya Greater Accra Regional Minister Linda Ohenwa Akwele Oklu so no so etimi pay visit to House of Folk amonso mun kran se monso nyame aduma kosiada mumfa kotokochi enkabo so na nyama entimi enkoye na report free House of Folk eba no ene se Masoud Didi Dramani Gibo de eba no se coach na ka champion for se adwebre o hwe Patrick Razaka training na wo ye no bibia no wasesa bibia no ho a waye a etimi aso nani nti mpanimfo enya ne kwan na wedi a kire din won hya se enko homia eno ene ne eba eho enomo na Prince Owusu Prince Kwabra Owusu meno ekasa die management meno abo modern aka champion for say player no nyama kakra waye no wache sampa ne modern mono ekonkan eno nti mpanimfo hya se no mo ne Prince Kwabra Owusu ne mpanimfo hya se ni nkomo na afi omo register no a de no so eba eso ewo ho eno no yenko yanimai na Gibo ye wo Kumase Asante Kotokono omo so enia briye pa obeka yi a player yi House of Folk ekon ho na amoka Joseph Amua Kotoko ewuram the report HSN personal terms no is agreed omo ehwe animu se diaka no ne ye yi no ombobo modern afi omatimi ede atwaso amanyema etimi akonkan na Ghosters unse wonso aka na ndinde Alex Aso meno ekese ede ade a wo hwe ehye proso a na chese Alex Aso player no ade obeye free agent na no ena meno ekese ede Pando Heart of Lions omonso ye djuma gadindim gadem se omonso ebetumi aka player ndim ene Alex Aso eno ene ne free ho eba dendenden a ye de mawo yenkoi official Emmanuel Fosu chei ononso etimi adwane ba bia ni Gold Stars na wo hwedi anaje semfin chamiensa ene player e free Sky FC enumere mo hwe live on our TV on Facebook player ne daswa wa mo ne nsami no se why ready se nkudini nyina no wode ko ade ama club a wokosi aka wo Champions League ni mu eye bebia ni Gold Stars de tie ewo ho no Hafiz Al Hassan ono na eye striker na meno ekase de Gibo ono so no dwane House of Folk na ohwemu a hyehyɛ no ekoso yie papa ede ema player no a eno ene ne afiri ho eba Gibo ensam ne de ya na edoso yenso nyumre yemomoden na afi yemfa ensi ewa ha enomo na we happy birthday ekodi ama Faustina Lawe Brunya we ukunu Chief Inspector Brunya ena ewehye ne ho kani Faustina Lawe Brunya special birthday Gibo ena nyumre
Oniadofo uti Oyerepa 100.7 FM.
Okay, Clementino yebedase se ode ensem ewofie eguo ede amaye se obed atenase ache se yeba behwe eye ensem no obed akwaba nyome ekoso kama de maminti we baby abefa nwumre
I think it's a very sad news na heti Asante Kotoko on Andrews in team menu and injury report has started ever. Honestly, say, check Kotoko players are. Deliver last season. Andrews in team menu is one of them. Nah, the argument crosses the convo around player a bad first season and coming back the following season. Last season very instrumental, both the FA Cup and the Ghana Premier League. In the Ghana Premier League matches are in team menu Messi matches are not suspension. He played 32 Premier League matches for Kotoko out of 34. And that is how solid are in team menu for the Kotoko midfield. Just to be specific with the data. In team menu about 2,833 minutes for Kotoko, more than any midfielder. So attack and more than any of the attackers, and even in defense more than any of the defenders. So Kotoko team no player or ball more minutes. Edema Asante Kotoko was in team menu 2,833 minutes. The other player also 2,000 or Justice Blay. I believe Sunya 2,122 minutes. In defense, the about more minutes was Samba O'Neill on the Patrick Essiedu. So Samba about 2,608 minutes, and Patrick Essiedu about 2,651 minutes, and Benya Ablo 2,017 minutes. And yeah, the anti almost 2,000 zone Ukraine said that endorse about 4 or 5 players. Ablo, Patrick Essiedu, Samba, Justice Blay in team menu. So player with most minutes for Kotoko last season, Andrews in team menu. And say
more minutes Chen
Ubia. Yes, Chen Ubia or Kotoko. Wow. Yes. It is news barbon thing say we pra. Say a headache pa. At the Makotsko team. Now, what's the idea? The central midfield options will Krum Hano. I know Shana because on paper, 2 teams here find some more performer Kakrachen and Kotoko, Heart of Lions and Go Stars. On league, in so many more points than Kotoko. Kotoko play C 3rd, Heart of Folk play C 4th, then Nations FC. MTN FA Cup, Kotoko Energy. Normally, when you are going for another player, you normally want to go for a player from a team that played better than you. And here one, or you identify a player in a different team. Maybe your team performed better than that team, but that player has show enough quality in that weaker team. Sana ya transfer no. And so we check central midfield options now and Dawson. Ewo Kurumha. And Obie Kurani Diemu. So you are so phobia, you would have to break the bank to get the player. Minim say too late for Kotoko to reconsider their decision on Justice Blair. But it looks like they will not reconsider that decision. But so share in common cost on it, yeah. Kotoko number 10 position baba ya any Emmanuel entry nimpono. Omo here upgrade. Because the difference between our players near say and the traditional number 10 here say some players will drop deep ebe boa build up. You drew final third, so be all control game of final third. Kotoko nibi e mutim no. Say typical number 10 say we dear. You find say number 10 or Jeno or passing a be defense mu or Jeno a Jena Suni a channel closer to the box. Baba is a player that over 10-2-3 and some are passing. Matches are about to be passing fast a creative chance in term. But naturally, or the baller 2-3 touches before he pass. That is Baba for you. And oh yes, sir. And my opponent reorganizing home. Now she Emmanuel entry so as I know entry bonobo. And to be credit say entry number 8 mum than number 10. Manford claims say oh entry boni deep than 10. Into shot 10 pa. The way I ask Mama Kotoko. And the likely solution be about center forward for me. Number 9 for me na ba kwa drop wa ba beboa. But I know so no. Oba obetamu ane Kwame Poku na ba kwa drop wa beboa. Ontimi nya number 10 ejuma no. Obetimi asoso but ontimi nya se adwuma ne se number 10 e ye adwuma. Minim so o te de make na se. And recently we should be say Fabio Gama. Oh Gama say. Richmond Lamta we push na kwa enim kakra. at some point in time Enoch Morrison kakra but say later kakra Morrison omo twene be akiri looks like Kotoko have that problem e wo mo team no nti e hono cry one aspect that is not fixed. A typical central midfielder they kind of box to box no e hono me shada nya sure say Kotoko problem because wakofa he be jewu who say entry more 8 than a 10 the hono sam you no kra ne kaya kakra was 2 there okay. But now you talk about a number 6. That's a typical defensive midfielder, and there are questions. Because it's either you push Samba to the number 6 position. We use Samba if you are. Now options near play, Tinedu, and in team menu. Tinedu Epra. Blay Kotoko want to get rid of him. In team menu Swepra, which you are picking more than 3 months. Samba, not your ideal number 6. Yes, I was 6 one also no. You need the first option and the second option. I also know behind and I use be jahani di no. Enti amount common I drink a crama kotoko. Me sure sanka kotoko nim say in team betche say and kebi an komma change jamana another year as a third option bisa.
Sir.
Yes. And then how the man who kurum kopim say in team beba na any after one season we jana kwan. Because now Kotoko need to break the bank for a number 6. They really need to break the bank for a number 6.
In team way 8 and 6.
Also in team born, me in team more of a 6. In team progressible 1, 2, 3. Now 8 year a box to box midfielder. 8 no. Or yeah chire ye nim. In team edge ball plus 1, 2, 3 be Jeff Insa. And I can give you examples of
the offer team no.
In team of our protection. In team yeah the dirty work. You will back what else? On the traditional old defensive midfielders nibi. Say and tackle, intercept, you winning bad possession. You to me car, you press it any intimate. It might look easy, but it's easy, sir. Your upgrade you'll be to be a son, your money na. Or you're not born as a cannon, sir. What me piasso 1, 2, 3 are passing. Do you actually be said Sheriff Mohammed now prior? The Kotwan extend the contract of Koya.
Yeah, Sheriff.
Good. On only 6, no. Also, no, yes, I do my way in Yabi. But now to Miss Alboni 8 palm and pushy bond because he had the ability to give good passes. So on the ball, Sheriff now contribution which is higher than in team men. Last season, the Drew baby no started 8 developers are but the 1, 2, 3, 4 matches, they do started because once he was trying to bring that part of his game, he was rather being dispossessed in the most crucial area on the field. But let's say if you're that park, you should be a sad animal. Mamma big agadas. Dear me Kenyan agadas in me. But now agadas to make ball. Any movie baby about 10 yards on the field or 10 meters on the field before so be release ball. So he's a passing number 6. So a prime justice Blair. And then a mama for pay Blair some. Apart from say Blair be come in a ball. Now Blair to me pian ball so kakra. But in team nim sa de ne. You no de ne say you put him in a team where there are good passes.
Now based on the all kind here, next way just a destroyer asa.
A tip sa na the ball net here.
Onyaje bonu asa.
Ono de no.
But me who more like a central midfielder.
Baby. The qualities that you would demand. You must say Agada such a ball. Now Agada's air show the ball dear movie in team nim if you are being honest with ourselves. And yes so nim you. But based on what the name compare on bear. So which lamte kuta ball. Ebi about lamte about gamma. Ni about justice Blair na about Agadas and Muda Sirua. So Muda Siru the ball pushy as a number 8. So to me guys saying team menu the ball be pushes are. Mema we a Kotoko players so that Kotoko chita for Betiase. So Muda Siru attack ya the ball. Which near him so ye. Na Muda Siru the ben kum ni pia ball na. Eddie movie zones are intimate pushes are.
It's in replacement near Dabona Kotoko Penano.
Of course. You will need another destroyer. You need somebody to screen and protect your defense. It's an community. Because every midfield 3 biano based on your ball near ball. you need someone for the dirty work. Someone who gives you a balance of dirty work and offensive work, and someone who is extremely offensive. And yet, it's a star, no? The 8 no more balance. The 8 no, say number 6 no, out of position. 8 ni bet me attack a crash ball now. Oh yes, no, are moving from 6 to about 8 no. Traditional 8 no, as I pass here now. Ne do dia dey na so ko gina baby number 10 ni gina na jibo someone sambo pass ba ku mienu bi I be create chance ro betimi asan abo ama. But I know that I think in entry and he especially Ubejew, I've been talking about that boy because I know what I'm talking about. And then I had a call from Obi Okoko training grounds. I was said dear boy and you training grounds then no and Obabe Jina Baba has supposed to my ya. I feel no cross so be do okot kono cry hands. So, in fixing the number 6 position, Jibo, it's an interesting conversation. Now, options near wine. Omabo Ishmelado. Memaka, and I'll repeat it again. In the next 3 years, Hasan Kotoko, Ombet me this Kaduso Puako market, so Metonkoso. And young Koso because Omni market, no, Benkoso Nebeka. Go say Cambodia Munina Bemono. Best players no nyomo. So it is staring at us. And then division 2 Timuko ni player ho a. Or say me what deal be of Finland, me the name call first. Or ko air observation and you answer no that break oto. Clubs na move from first me bo mediama me bo has. And I me bo be above from me bo BA. Me die soon nyina ne kotoko. Clubs na move from that stage. In say one kasa one kwase ho. Anko titibi am grow ni panama na be wadwuma mawa so obi nko grow na be fa de oboa
usika sem na ezo yini
usika sem jibo
usika sem
jibo the players don't merit the amount the clubs are quoting asem no
obe de say yeti ase ne say ene football market no emo bi
sana make
ayi hilaria ye kana asem say foreign club bi ba CCS o mo pe no from Samatesa they will be paying over $100,000. So what's the mention I say? But the Bema big club, what me are competing is say financial also is strong.
It is financial.
It is say what they about to say. Young fan say the Premier League and other leagues. Okay, Spain. Say play APO Spainer. Now say Premier League clubs a penna. Real Madrid and Barcelona to me no more competing because omo sika. Fine, you know, get to me say a standard no quality of players above them. But any to all players. It's Kotokone has now almost big clubs no. Omo na yeso omo ye musika sem ye to compete.
Ebi.
And no one no.
Who could test car cry interest in Basa?
Oh Debbie.
They make an.
And the football be dey sika o.
What can I say? Who could test car cry interest who could test can tie bo be atua.
Now person ye dey.
They make can say. Your bobi will be the boa and some fatani pano.
Then no pay for.
There be for front. South level now copper for front. Unya.
Oh no, na turn na dey no
bobo. What started what dey?
Debbie,
yes.
Ebeche, and one day beche pa. We go players here come asemi. Obed. If that would be the state of if that would be the state of Kotoko, and it has okay. Menya against yet young players, here more opportunity. Player now Obano, don't forget say. Club bisu ti baby ebi anya Ghana ha ebe ofa ni sika Kotoko ne ha se ntimi ntu obekọ
mate wona se tie me make am baby aye duru no and the division 1 team class o to akọ abrochiri and abrochiri no kon enye se eye setting no but they believe so gambo abrochiri take a risk abrochiri it is better than to take a risk with Kotoko has even though your money might be available. Dibo mpacho what me come na say.
Me too.
Who see Canada ho. But I only want to say so the player ne kura ko country bi afe. Na say fa the obeje no esu bebire che wo de no. Which clearly can next question say na say nke. It's the player is not matured. But maybe a team owner. Now the player come team be 2 years no kobo loan no signing after 2 years. No man $500,000 I say me okay. Intimate decided say 2 years maybe I'm pray no I won't get any fee from loan now player nekon but I prefer taking the player to loan because of what I can get in the future. Into we are in a Dania. Now so I don't know. Because the Ukrainian can. Last in Go Stars here justify no more fine qua. Last in Go Stars here justify no far for stage. And the corner co head your bomb. Just one season pe. On board baby.
Sadia no so no. Untimi nya no wokotoko.
Ubetimi.
There be
Ubetimi onyanti. Let me say, we do know how you do it. You will recruit the players. Develop some relationship with certain Division 1 clubs and give it to them. And then contract Go Stars akwakoto na free nations. Say that nipa bebre nim say na nations for player. Omo fan free sky and omo the man young apostles. And okobo young apostles no performing at Go Stars abefa. So can nations FC and come out on Sadiq Alasa. Come on contract one bar more but oba be same with Premier League experience. That is the point I'm trying to make. So strategically, Hans and Kotoko must get to the level where they realize say why we have a come market so with 200,000, which per the Ghanaian standard and can okay for you to get a top player, but you will not get.
You're born in a bed.
200,000 and a chroma 2 billion. Based on the Ghanaian market.
Alex Asamoah Makwekwe. Okay, Makwekwe. Kotokoto Makwekwe, that was around 2008, 2009 season. Yeah, Bekwin Koye no. And Mkoto Makwekwe. That time from Ash Good. Omoto no 300,000 Ghana cedis. 2008, 2009.
300,000.
300,000. Alex Asamoah.
Alex Asamoah Bekuruma.
No, what I'm saying is
Alex Bekuruma. Musuti penny or more of this.
I know the amiibo. And they ukrano. Oko a year. Oko a La Liga ya eboya. Sika Remadu for the Kotu Cristiano Ronaldo. Say there's a scan editor Jude Bellingham. As a quality in your pet, baby Ronaldo won a Jude Bellingham. But what I'm trying to say is football no anymore. The only way big clubs will continue to become big clubs and say you should cash here to generate more money. Now they win no more for
more. But in the Madrid now work or strategic recruitment.
Yes.
Because ultimately for 11 positions
no, nobody's talking about 11.
Ultimately for 11 positions and splash a world record for all the 11 positions. Ultimately, no matter the amount he is generating, no matter the amount he is generating, it will not make financial sense. Say, me for position me splash. No. So now we have strategic recruitment. That is what is happening.
If they have to spend, they spend.
If that is if.
Yes.
And so when you have strategic recruitment, not certain positions be or are. One pay away a 2-year or 3-year plan to get players at a lower cost to come and play in that position. Now when you saw the way you come market now select the best across board. About Tima Untimi. That is the point I'm trying to make. And Tibia offer be say Jordan and Misa. What for be say Isaka Abdo got quiet recruitment to youth team. When your players are clearly obvious, boys in him ball. The next 4 years, these players can be enough. They can get enough experience. Every experience, no. I'm for Kotoko. Dibo, me can't say my boys need a fair experience of Kotoko. But the point I'm trying to make is that Obetime my boys not for experience or baby pressure no from. Later, say experience no the baba benefit too. Say experience ni pondibo. One fan bamba who team nimpa. Obetime they are torn. And our turn now they are raising kakra to balance the books. That is the point I'm trying to make. In Tiana, the average Ghanaian player, Okonwa 200,000. Maybe someone said 200,000 positions saying now Obetime spending 200,000. Kamara Dean, our boy a year, Midiema. No, ask good, and I ask good fan, and I ask good team in the BBC, and I call Midiema. And I want to mean Tono. You cannot buy him. You can't. Razak Simpson free wafa. And Oba Nations. You cannot buy him after 1 season, 2 seasons. Want to mean Tono. And then Soka say Ishmael Adwa. Last season, Obian knew boy Ishmael Adwa didn't want Heart of Lions. Because basically they were a team that was being relegated. Into Shemupa, top flight football boy in Abono. In 3 seasons. Ebi ebe komuno. No Lions fan if Division 2 be whatever. and on number bob 1.5 season and then omo bob $100,000 1.5 bill it's a 1.5 no senka kotko so fair bi and ebi odin ma adubiase 1 season and obo adubiase ho after monitor players no and ebi afum adubiase no wodin ma ebi abaseka can any be an more Premier League experience between about the Bama? That's the point I'm trying to build. So my point is, baby uncle fu koko yibi no. Also start to ko yibi. Na bo mo kakakra. Na mo mo mbre. Ebe so aba ama. Enti ano no. Ebi a kotko ebi ebe kotko be 7 players wo loan. Dan lad ko loan. Ye kan loan na players be break ko loan. I'm so Felixana no be ko loan. Later back at kono a starter. Osman Ibrahim enye pra. Okolo no yehu de okoye marking facer. He even scored more goals than some of the Kotoko attackers. Oba back ne pra na nation. So the point I'm trying to make is that moving forward on the market, Kotoko and House must have at least a 3-year plan where they will go for young talent. From baby amount for Koko.
And then supporters net as a munyabo tremor.
There is training and just training in Anuko for one on the Bokotoko no. You won't tell the American as it. Tell me Yama Bobasa. Babasa will players are on loan. And Abasa any players on loan. Lami Yama so no nimko for the business is so Basa B. Baby Yam buy. And Omiyanaba. Ebim buy. Paul Kubasi swaba. But these are exceptional ones. I was a well dear on my down soon to me mobile room. But more my one so you know. No pe baby on my one didn't do a mako swear yini at your mako. No more mumbre. It's your finable sono. That's our players near them about the bois. To be back as bench warmers. In Tiano market now. So budget here 100,000 Ghana cedis. Whichever you know to be for 2 players. Hot one. 500,000 no maba bishim. Now for now. Maybe I did 3 years a group more no matter support. But one year is now cassette right back, Meko Chelsea, left back, Meko Samates, center back, Meko Bichim, maybe a striker, Meko Olympisa. You cannot do it again.
Mamin Zach, Mamin Tio.
Jibo,
Danito.
It's about time I see. Say in your Brazil football, maybe a Misukotoko and has. Say footballer team Kashibiano. Adabakwa you can't rely on. I mean, say the only team. My modern exceptional case. Barcelona. The only team. Omona. Omo rely on their youth side. No.
And you can no more financial problem.
Yeah. And look at me. You say. I save them. Barcelona. Ne elum pono. It didn't stop them from buying big because our team now on the key areas now on goals pioneer in key ones no about them and go to Rafina Lewandowski ana when you but look at the money on go to my buy money find buy look at Juskundi over here for Frankie de Jong it was even Omo academy no exceptional a team of more talent no they buy big all over the world, big team, Jibo. You have to spend money to get the quality team that you want to compete with. And in there, Sanders, Muinano. Sanders, or more academy team, no. Omushemwa, Panya and Makofaba. Panya, I know Akofaba. Panya, Wak Makofaba. These are the big teams, Ediomu teams, you build a very strong youth team. And no. Omudi genetics go. And you know, Real Madrid, money, United, money, Chelsea, money, AC Milan, money, youth team, no. Omudi Pesica, Kwame Romboso. Because these teams are over demanding. Most of the players, Jibo, Omunya good enough for that competition. But some players, mid-table teams, Obet Malbon normal. It's almost a wow, exceptional game about Kubi. It's almost Arsenal recently. No, because I can't be from. If you are Liverpool, on Graben and say it will be one more. In fact, music trend. Robert Fum.
Heavy Elliot,
Robert Fum. But the Academy now, omo to ntom enye na anya no omo to Jera Kwanza no because now they realize say Jera Kwanza Jibo onye good enough to compete Liverpool in terms of Champions League say kwaji league ne year Jera Kwanza nyom na de omo je eti oyo play but Liverpool no ye dey on timbo by you kwaji 30 million by Liverpool into ko ni agiska no ni de bia kan akopɛ de kasi abento mo pa akopɛ wan ma give because or why is more experience and more exposure at the highest level eti Sokotoko has and me and do sa level na Jibo every key area bia na pay free there be you can compete team kese bia cannot compete with every key positions bia no free there be any possible
but the other is so very strategic
and him can in terms say any time bia no bia say you don't want to spend there be and it is once in a while you attack the market big to solve problem ebini say na obereka intima wopra already change amana is out already Blay is on his way out already Tenedu is injured na ajo person me bo me kan kete si we de anope an obi na anope na fan say we program na support be say anope na he was enjoying some of the but time yentimi anya no more component midfielder enye two years so benya one midfielder owo qualities na at a go entina obere kan team there no on the limit obetimi ayi obetimi nyewi obetimi we ena wo yo de obetimi ayi ni nyina ajo say if someone just found out my extensive a year about this guy that Kotoko air try said they will use it omode ba be solve one problem or more for no go there you someone that who are there you are able to say it and Facebook for boy out with those videos now.
Larry.
Yes, one thing that you get and say
that when I'm the video buy
when they are oh the more is oh
and they are not the buy
that all
then only be pesca
that all are there on your few and when they say bibia and move the umbia
it's only because they rasta no
oh yeah you know until in your house you get everything you need from a midfielder from him. One say yabana say yen tackler Jibo last season someone has 34 matches no obomu 33 as a defending midfielder it say as much as he tackles no on attract a lot of yellow cards and to who a DM that you can depend on in terms of playing a lot of games for you or move video on this so me name the move video on na any idea is as why Facebook for no mo rolling no and Jibo you have someone that can give you 33 games in the season. A big one. You see, he passes so well as a midfielder, senior, and he progresses the ball better. You see how he has released the winger. If you are not a good passer of the ball, he tackles very well, he passes very well, and operates the ball also very well. The attributes are here from your midfielder Biano. He gives it to you at until so spend it big to get this for to solve your problem. See, we against Raja Casablanca, Champions League at that level, and he was dominating the Arabs in that midfielder. When Ghana, how do you know? Where Morocco comfortably dominating the Arabs in the Champions League at that stage. And what it means is that you are spending big to solve a problem. And can you know now one player on the attack amount who will be on the progressive one amount. But now you are spending big to get a player, he will tackle on Aquajibon. Look at the pass. And they are attacking Jibu. Just one pass, and he has set them in a yes.
On summer test 300,000 Ghana.
Almost 300,000 Ghana.
Okay.
So he tackles very well. He progresses and passes very well. Or any in our boom. we are Raja Casablanca in the Champions League. Morocco.
And the boss has a no Olympics or Tanzania. I always have me for the events. A Kamenko.
James Akamanko.
James Akamanko. Zanef, no was good. No, was good. No. Yeah.
He passes very well. Wow. He's a good passer. And short. He done the short and such a long maybe. Only now.
It's got the coin and some matters do about 2 page.
On page. Say, this is the player Kotoko is bringing. So, I'm Koyana.
It was a Kotoko supporter Bukohena who's a quite trouble.
Yokotono. He's a fine.
Strategic and some matters for you.
No, about Tom Page so fast. Fine. DM that gives you everything. But yeah, I'm told say
you're born na yen ye. And can football there. No crane ka 300,000 Ghana cedis.
Yes.
You're born na Zakito yen ye. You're born na say. You're born na say you.
Because I can get 300,000.
300,000 in football.
They are such caliber. No, got 300,000. I was like, I did but send a week, you're born na 6-7 I problem. Introduce a stage, but they are getting a midfielder who will give them all that attributes of a midfielder in terms of how Kotoko wants to play, in terms of building up, and he tackles very well. So he has stopped the attack just with the tackle. Okay.
I feel no bad. No,
very strong on the ball.
I want to say it tough from no then.
Very strong on the ball. And distribution, he has set them off Omoko. So it's and Kasawu can try time and can just get you. But a ball not and a cry assist ya born into no. Skasama. Send a mission on me and I'm to say 150 in the Omia said the Kotoku which baby. And see almost
Obiakofi ma fans wa
Obiakofi I dey accept about Obiakofi
o ma fans
so eti 150 almost omu chiri
and Kotoko for 150,000
and 150,000 ko and almost omu chiri and I'm to say Kotoko try so almost 20 beso so man 170 and also me say
and akokiko
omu push kakra so based on the last time I didn't come on, it looks like say Samates at the former if Kotoko are able to reach 200 level now, they will accept and let the boy go. Okay. And you see hono mujina. If Kotoko course, so to go 170, I say
Samates say one club. I watch ma holding you almost signings over that position is very good. Sabo yana oko Sedu Dauda, very good player. No mko far boy Yusubaye. Kakra ye hwene de enye bad. Adabo onye bad. Okay, yanya kakra senior kwaba. Bibia boko de enyo me koso kama. Oba fa bibi kakra na ye ma senior so na afi. Zak memu kakra.
That's made a mistake. I've been on that. Kotoko need a DM. They need a DM They need even
they were impressed.
Oh, Adabo they said last year cranko.
I mean, say we link into Kotoko bi na say wa ba wi no.
As na mpenifo bi so had other options. And they did thing they do baneba. Some of us were pushing for him. Last in no free agent to Jibo. But as an uncle for ni GD can't free agent and I say GD nim.
Of course Samates free. As free agent.
That time you know Canada but and bombe de bombe yero sini bombe yero omon banfa mafo sa so many people could do inside there on ka we say adabu say 22 years on 21 ka Kotoko kura sura nka moje ni free no na nka momo de na mo bi loan
that no 20
yes 20 years sini abajo what I say ka last season ka uso no free kra na ka say do last year no free RT
RT
ti ka offer ni free senior nka ho na nka wo de nka nti ka ne ma samatezi ka wakobo no soche ya nka wo awi ka ba beje wa ade but they had other
yeah no be don't say yenye investment away football clubs mo they all can say European clubs yi omo a huge scouting network nti before ansana player kra no ne contract in sense no wan most clubs no more idea yeah han sanyo mani nyina yenye investment na ukofa technical team kra na ukofa o technical team kra coach bi ba na o say ne technical team members C7 a e kan ho mani 8 ani start ni didi do panyin na ukofa na banatem omodo osodo yeniska na be dey no e football
yeniska nti sanity nti let's see what happens. They need one. But Jibo, away from that, I ask some more. But who say a story be about club license and something nam kakra? Be a brain team, you say bit me a can who and no lawyer Safuduku on Kotoko getting sponsorship. Jibo in some doors. So lawyer my 2 weeks. Best lawyer say on member. The IMC is doing their best, but if there's one thing the commercialization of the club. And no dear, the last time I have a conversation about whether they are permanent or not, I have a part to play in a year of decision making.
Young confirm
And we are all fighting for that. Say and confirm na mass structures ni nyejuma. Kotoko, if you are being honest, the ama insane bebre senior nipa do na eye club no. Eya na man for su nipa bebre de December there. Ye will be ani ejuma oye. Nti enka se nipa 10 ejuma ye man nipa 2 nye. Obema ma bre just because unpe nipa bebre. You will clean ejuma and you will security man ejuma. Any driver ejuma, any sales manager ejuma, any presenter ejuma, and a presenter and producer. You will be no any production. Would you see her or be wine or start or the presenter and be called or better to a papa, so be dear no. Will be dear technician. Sound education, a shame for my ben cran at you.
There you may start a for no sports no. Now I will present one alcohol
stories. And one casabedia dance here say. So we know be. Na oboa wo de obi kro ye monitoring nipa no ni sources wo na wo sources no wo de onya monitoring kekentu kwa o si we can say na wo presenter na wo mu odu no dey follow up and no kra te obre no so keke nipa no ye monitoring keke no enti no kra ne ba akopɛ na na penkra kwasi ewa enye kotoko adwuma full time ye de bibia to nchen kro yo ohene wo ni mpasua so nsema hodo a you have to attend to it. And son and a profession as a person so ho. My ekotko adwuma ne pen. Mene a year nana bant my hene. Any extensive conversations about kotko. Almost every time I share my former boss. See be dim come 30 minutes, a mobile 27 year kotoko. And he was emphatic or so bet me penso. Me sorry anopa. Me jari akotko secretary de honamete. A me full-time job. Me power my baba she me other businesses once a maka. Because there was no way I'm going to me any other business not be 7 to 5 and son wakokotoko.
At a point me kai say maybe na edimini na disan komo ya apan. O say do time na na Silvercrest supermarket ni egu.
Yes. Onko hombo. To that day be no count the importance of good subordinates. I want to say omo ana e wa chi na ne kurukuremu a because unya bre. He was emphatic second ko adwuma no. And at the point, no two formal could be boss for said it
should be a full-time appointment,
full-time job.
In Trianica.
Now, a beer, wapon bear no, no, I shed the aka no once a month. But at this point, a new pony, nipa, full frosan or I have one. Because I'm about my name on one you, Jerry Asari, Jordan Mwakon. These were other people.
So more other businesses,
but we in full-time. So imagine coach akwesi apia. Utimi se coach be dru Ghana pa. O jai di oye bia de makotoko. But odim bresen ene wa ha. Then na penkra. Intika wo hwemu a these two can be at the top. whilst other one so be sa koto so on the biotikoto secretariat but me no me be dia dance say lawyer asafoduku say nyame ye na dom kra na bia ben abasu ya boa na pe baby de na sha ne time no kra na eso be sa atemo when it comes to kotoko affairs say no pa lawyer sorry wetie ha omo ka say na fa kotoko ho kwan be na ye react ma me nko ha nko ya no onya time for that onya bre
apart from that so court
exactly the cases ni bi wa ha e wa ha enti ka onu say no enko ye head of a particular unit ye won nipa be 4 omo de omo ye day to day no no da soro
they report
into omo man report na no ama e be executive direction se mo say ni say na ekoso dia say ni aye ho meeting or management into this the amount of information we can release into mu release so no ne dia na ye ohwe no apia toa na ye kosa but ni anya ne sa ni e kasa sa ni pakuo yi ko ese kotoko no kotoko ko fikasiem ye bo na penkra ebo coach akwesi apia ebo akoto ebo la asafoduku ni ebo accountant asa accountant or his kasem nyame adom na akoto on the job obo modi so osua bia ka ho enya sa akoto initially was the deputy accountant e okotoko just that FA4 IT no kwa akra no akosua enti be the past be 10 years enti wa wo ha no wasua how ankrata asem ne de ye no at the point no ye that's very assistant and am na ba be take you over banka wo hwemu a ka kotoko hia sa nipa ne be 3 omo de management change omo wo no ma ye institutional memory oba communication side ye woni pa be 3 sa wo oba commercial oni pa be 3 sa wo enti e bia se soro ni mpo na esesa the key personnel are there but kotoko fikasiem in terms of running the club nipa 5 accountant, administrative manager, communication director, sporting director and head of IMC nipa 5 senka 5 we create the permanent omuni adwuma bia kran ke be fa ne sa we mu nyina no 3 of them e we adwuma ano den a omoye
senior ma minti o kakre na Zaki fa yewie
ensema me nua kan nyina enye se ya na clubs ni nimu me fa no kotoko nkwan it's a general ya na yeso mu nimu na bad dey o kan ye no there is no money nipa na akofa no wetu ya naka right
so then so yen yan iska baba
of course but sikano beba no ena se ka league no kra no parent body no enya sponsorship kakra o say said e woka every baby na be wie baby holistic the league itself lankasa no amanfo hu ne same because headline sponsor cry ni bi nti ase ya tutu na jeje mfiri soro na transcend the aba form but nyina iska Manchester United what's your favorite brand John Evans ama appointing no oko you
ama player John Evans
ai oko or retire no say oye ne licenses
okay
I'm the call you team and man said a specific role yes loan
on the charge
on the monitor movement
me bana me tie me monitor na actually can send me I agree with him perfectly hey adabu ya de na to so sen ka no free agent no and na kotoko team study ni omo obi a ombekas adabu no hwe no hwe adabu nko a and o team be chance he has the potential probably come Samuel no out free come je no kwad no ko under 20 can ka bin and now the no eco loan and you kwa ko he no John Evans ko he no omo mbe ko loan no one monitor and yes obe ko keke obe monitor omo alum development oh wow betuma be sraw e wo club na omo that's how it is done and in as much as ye ni sika no em say
enyo mana e be ya mesika ba no
ye nye ye and I'm monitoring and so bad say
no referees
you see because didn't come every weekend I wish say meet my can but you see this season when we said the clubs not to top players aboarding Abranti ni akotu 300,000 boy and I got to call 170 meaning say go give be 200 am I want so 200 and say 2 billion
yeah old Ghana series
old Ghana series ahe na obeti mato dodo sense
be $20,000.
yeah dodo sense na obeti mato kwame but seka wo system bi e wo amanfo kwa monitor ayi kwa am ko omhwe bi sa inta yeah bobo no inter community no means players are bound on bet ko youth team ye kabia ye timi gi players bi omhwe ya sam no mko enti kwame yenye nioma ni yie na ye ni sika idie yen catch them young na yen fa ikakra leverage kakra ento omso na mebe na o ma betima we system no be do ba bi no na system na fa na wunya so betuto huge kotoko so mu transfer players be 1 2 3 bi ekwa abroche na devia sika ba mu obi nka so aye boni o
ten wo ye ni ya na betia to play them sika
my point oh maybe ba na say tito me boa
yeah
that was somebody's focus because we say sika nim ba no kwa ni nyanti ase later some of us we agreed say do kanu abawom enti kwame ade ne say yen started from somewhere because yen team this season and I want to talk about idea you discuss next season you must have a time you can answer me when things are not done right say yeah nebe Kotoko is big I also will be attracting all the talents they will come because at least I'm baby on training I'm be over any idea na enya nsa kwa me yebe kasa sa
senior media say za for kakra so na me announce line mfam 0322494010 0322494771 ubeti friend Robert Jumedin so Highway Sports and they be live on your radio Oyerepa 100.7 and live on TV Oyerepa TV Zach maminti you
do na wakola papa birthday o
why
em say I said the Ajima or have you and Papa Ankasa or
Ajima in the US UK
yes no Papa Ankasa or
okay
father
says only Ajima no
but on action no problem about I said no for complain here the senior class
oh we confirm
Father John Kofi Anoche
okay
and then I would dance Ajima UK and then Papa baby and Tia machine happy birthday and so Jibo ball no dear house of folk and so and they say it's a Monday danger my best son say about some favorite no did say on panel now and they say is that now establish and confirm didi I can actually board and management and say more money to training and review now training now more you know or no didi like Patricia za kompano nti abasem say on feel yen by on because me hear about so on this topic you hear about so no you say about ko mo na den ko e
na ofim
and did say training now mo yande on here
Zach yan kola na so ne na etiefo na arefo ni nkomo wodi ba bia kasa Fernando asma to aso e ba chawo ba radio set to TV set ni nyina dum no se de be ye kasa e ma feedback etilo wodi na mai ne yanko okay
Jibo we got on the other was started to accrue from 50 out of 3
okay
Jibo me pai bwa this year your first run we ba has ba ha makoto ko be say 1 year almost atwa wa kra ni we say board bro we to so me nsa ada si busia me nsa so ayo ma me ntiada we to so me nsa de me pai won say half we say ba pia on ye makoto ko sa me bi ani ma say 1 cry and the hard players okay
yeah say yen to aso odi ba bia kasa Fernando asma to aso hello Boko na so
Hey, Baga, you can say when you former Paternal member.
Oh, me to ga che.
They say, oh, Baga, the
wow. Say bibia Boko.
When you do anything.
Yankoi.
Baga, also, you have when you feel very team. You want a 24 or team. I don't make us there. You say, oh, has a cook. There was a way of bought specific Collins one is that guy. Oh, wow, guy neighbor.
Collinson.
Jeffrey Seno. I saw I watch it. There's what I said to an agent and also. Oh, at least when one, which is a man about 2 years. No, we put a second crack. One not throw us. I got 1 year, 6 months. I bought the cut national. What about you? No, they say they're spending our boy. They say, I think no, only so. I should not come one or a play. I'm the Isa. They say they're expecting what at least for another person. No one to the people for 9,000, 10,000. I don't know. You want to know more.
Yɛda se yɛntoa so na obi so na ke wantimi anyina so yɛmfa deɛ odi hɔ na afei ɔno so mfa ne nsɛm ɛmfa ɛnto edwa okay okay mso free line so yɛnhwɛ na yɛmfa deɛ ɔno so edi hɔ okay mfa hana ntom deɛ na yɛmaza kamera nte network na okay senior Zach mze ayine my problem kaka ha
alefa say the aba no
and then our network ni nyina nye
chale and the we call
and then dey nye
oh network
and then dey nye
as say
so Ghana networks na say keka ya adwe tro
say sheda e crusade bi na ye hwe de betima say the electricity for doom lighter ye bo machi no am say we no ye de che wo mo
asa bibia na yakan no to kokon ma sem sisi ya when the service bia mo provide
enya kra no ni pa na
ba ontere
na ka so osamampo wan nam say ai
and ma kwa ba odi ba bia ka say finado asmato aso
Saka mbata gambo na kase.
Gambo tafo yanko.
Saka ato amo kan de efa player recruitment ele catch them young. Saka maka semu efi e go be 10 years o. And then you follow mo kan o wontie. Amo de wan say de bia no sika no kotokonti no on be top big no. But when he said do the blamo time Michael say do what you no. O go kotoko youth no. And na di be tie kotoko. Edu midnight kama nkom nya le do mo ko kuma pem ansa ne se ko form aba eno tin be ni ko sama ho so ko be bo ko ama recruitment ra ko so a de ko ka che ya ko be ki na so anto ba dim so be yeda de dia no se do chu for provide ka no ama wo de ko wo parent no de dia ka no be e di media me so mo de ka mo ka ne de eye na se se be for no be tene ama sa de na ba so dia eno no se no Saka, let us see.
Gambo, yes, you are see it was so. Udi maybe I can say Finado as much also. Yes, sir. Nana Poku, Nana Etiu. Nana Ejoso.
I spoke to what I said, you may say, Asana, and you know.
About Jose.
What's that? You may know.
And run a sati Oyerepa.
Oh, the diameter.
Yeah, that's it.
Na okay, good idea. Everything Barcelona na Barcelona siya no mo ya. Mo ya la me ya ma mo ne gavi mo ne pedro mo ba ya ne omo aye web experience. Ina se ne contribute na ta na ma academy no me kinwa. Ke be boy pa. Na mi go dibo e ya go DJ the video no. That's the
That's his play on. Okay, you very mama why? Okay, Nana Poku yes you da say. Yem fa do twa to. Odi ba bia ka say Finado asmato aso. Evening no.
Me pa cho median Simon. So na to me jabe. Mate ata for market na me di me dimo.
Simon yeti. Simon and me enyina so. Samezi awi. Okay, yentimi fa course ni biem. Na Samesi emfa baako. Onu ofrefo atwa to di ni ba bia ka say Finado asmato aso. Hello?
Hello, Straka.
It's your mama.
Me pa sister coach.
Hey, sister of course.
Straka na me from one.
Sister of course, anopana me boa.
Ai.
Fache me na me yes me free back na say one say network no.
Me ba che. Everything sira mo pa. Na me say ya mpanyifo ya mo kasa wo mo tie die. Ensema mo kan nyina nka ye o. Ko mo tini fa boys in ko la mu na ko mo tete wo mo mayenya. Ebe boa yen. Enso o mo fa. Yes, for. Yes, wo mo. Embo mo makotokofo me hye ye diem. Ye beti ya ho. Asafo be bia wo bia me ma wajo.
Ye da say ye de mo course no Asia. Nyago e dey say.
Me ho ho ya mato
na picture here that's one bako
enya senior sata mo na no wo bo ma
hey ada na ya abrantie mu
ya ba ni picture
what do tempe o ata mo share sleeveless na burgers na show burgers na share sleeveless wonya burger won't me share omna na show hey of adam so no odin me pen yede musia news at 6 and I told you senior they say them mreya bem kakra oh mreya